Alright, today what we're going to do is work on our visual journal. You have your plain journal that you've stenciled your name. You can do it after you paint. You can come back and stencil your name on the front cover. And we're going to open it up so that the back cover is also exposed. I'm going to tuck a sheet of newspaper underneath the other pages, and that's just to keep the liquid from saturating into my other pages when I'm doing the watercolor spray. So now you just need to think, you've got a variety of shapes at your table, and you've also got a few different watercolor sprays, and it's just watercolor that's been watered down and put in a spray bottle so it can give you a nice, good color. I've got random shapes, and you just need to figure out what shapes you want to start with. I am going to start with this one. I'm going to press it down with my finger, hold it so that it gives that netted effect. And it's sliding, but you can see it kind of gives you that grid on there. And then if I want to add another color, I can do that as well, give it a little bit of a spray. Now I'd like to add another shape on top, and I'm going to choose a different color to spray on top of this one so that you can see the difference in how it turns out. I made some of these shapes, so like this one here, I just took this mesh and cut it to the shape that I wanted. And I've got some base color there now, so now I'm going to play around with a couple more shapes here and put these on here. Try to decide how I want it to go. I'm going to take that off now and put that on top. And whatever I've covered up, it's going to remain whatever color was underneath it when I started. So I'm going to try to hold this down again to where hopefully the mesh lines will be approximately the same. It keeps moving on me, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of this whole thing. And then you just spritz it or spray it. Now when your paper gets wet, your paper is going to curl, and you just need to let it dry. Just kind of press it down with your finger, and then when you're finished with those shapes, now you can really see that come through. Now I can take these shapes off, and I have those shapes left underneath. Now that one didn't show up at all. I'll go back really quickly and spritz it a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then you can just do colors on the back. You can add different shapes if you'd like. I tried to put a variety of shapes on there, and I think I found this glove hand that I'm going to try to put on here just quickly, just a random shape. Now I'm going to go back in here and just spray. You want to try really hard not to move your shapes like I did before, or it blurs or it smears. Okay, so now I've got those colors. You don't want to oversaturate your paper. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Gives you some really good color. And you can do this at home. You can buy this stuff at the craft store. It comes already mixed up, or you can make it yourself. I'm going to take these shapes off now. You notice I left the watercolor on those shapes. Okay, done with that part. Now I'm going to quickly flip to page 1 in our journal. And I'm just going to let that curl gently here. Lift up this page, which this is the first page in the book. First page not numbered. This one is page 1. Now I'm going to take, it's already got paint on here, and I'm going to use this like it's a rubber stamp. I'm just going to press it down, and it gives part of an image. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't care. It just gives me some random color, takes a blank page, and gives some color. So that's kind of a fun thing to be able to use these shapes as if it were a stamp. Okay, and you see that it's not all coming up. We'll see how this hand does. I think I'll have it kind of coming off the page, pressed down. You can tell I've got it on my hand. It'll wash off. Ooh, that turned out really good. Now I've got these shapes here, and I'm just using these as a stamp. That way I'm not wasting the watercolor. That one looks like I could actually press it again. Ooh, yeah, I got a second stamp on that one. So that's kind of fun. Let's put that one there. So you can just kind of have fun with it. And then you'll be able to take a damp paper towel, wipe them off, and then the next person will be able to use them. And I don't know if this one will stamp again or not. I may just put a little bit on the other page here. Ooh, there you go. So you can see that you've got some areas here that's stamped. So it's like you're getting 2 for the price of 1 here. You spray on one page, and the objects that captured the liquid, you can go back in and actually stamp down on it. You could even do that on the front page if you wanted to as well, which that turned out pretty cool, like how that turned out. So have some fun, play around with the shapes, figure out what you want to do. Don't oversaturate your paper.